Welcome to Chaotic Crochet Chatter. My name is Jenny. I live in North Yorkshire in the UK with my husband and my son, and this is my little corner of the internet where I talk to you all about my recent projects, my future projects, my hand spinning of yarn, and anything else that I've been up to in the last few weeks. I hope you enjoy.
Hello, welcome to episode 52 of my podcast. It's Wednesday, 24th of September, and it's very late. Everyone else is in bed, including, for the moment, the cat, although she may well turn up later. So I'm going to try not to make too much noise. I would say I'll try and keep it quick, but that's not going to happen, is it? So I'm just gonna take as long as it takes and we'll see how it goes. I hope you're well. I hope if you are in the Northern Hemisphere and in England in particular, you're enjoying the cooler weather. I know it's been very rainy and that's less good, but I am so happy that autumn is finally here. Properly here. Yeah, it's been quite the week. Oh, and it's only Wednesday. Renovations are progressing rapidly, which is great. The house is in chaos. So I will talk more about that at the end of the next video when I do a life update. But yeah, if I seem especially distracted or chaotic today, that will be why. The last couple of days have been pretty stressful. Today's been better. I've been able to just take things slow today, but there's been a lot of noise which I don't enjoy. So, you know, could be worse, could be better. It's one of those. Okay, sorry, I just had to stop and turn the light down a bit because it was upsetting my eyes, which is not helpful. Don't want to be sat here blinking at you and looking like I'm crying. It's just the light, I promise. So, on the subject of the next video, us has now become the norm. This podcast, for this instalment, if you like, will be in two parts, two separate episodes. This episode 52 will be focusing primarily on my crochet projects and should be released, you will know if you're watching this whether it has been, on Friday the 26th. And then this next episode, number 53, having to think about numbers, will be focused more on spinning and on a shop update and a life update and that kind of thing. I've got a bit of incoming to show you as well, and that will be released hopefully on the Saturday 27. So hopefully that will mean I can keep them both to a reasonable length so you're not feeling completely overwhelmed. As per usual, in the description there will be links to all the places you can find me, project pages on Ravelry for my crochet projects, and links to any people, any places, any things that I mention as I'm going along. I do also want to mention that this is the final push for the Summer Sad Make-Along that I'm running. It officially finishes on the 30th of September, so if you've been making things that will fit the brief, which is pretty much anything, let's be honest, then you have just got a few more days, especially by the time this is released, just a few more days to get those entries in on Instagram. Just stick a post on Instagram, mention the Summer Sad Make Along, make sure you tag me. I'll put my handle up on the screen for you, and you'll be in with a chance to win a prize. I did a little reel the other day actually on Instagram showing what you could win, so I'll put a link to that in the description for this video as well, so you can have a look. And for anyone who is new, I know there have been a few new subscribers recently. Special hello and welcome to you if you're one of them. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you are new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, the Summer Sad Make Along is one that I started all the way back at the beginning of June. Can't speak, fairly standard. Just as a way of helping me and the apparently many others who dislike the summer months to get through this summer, give us all something joyful to focus on. And entering is super simple. Just make anything at all that is inspired by something you do like about summer, if you're one of those strange people. No, to be fair, even I do like some things about summer. So inspired either by something you like or by something that gets you through the summer months. For me, one of the projects I chose to work on was a big shawl. In fact, this big shawl that I have showed off before, which is definitely not a summer project. It's very much a winter one, and in fact was using up advent yarn. So the most non-summery thing ever. But thinking ahead to the fact that the weather will get cold again is something that will get me through. So the options are endless, really. If you can link it back to either loving or hating summer, then you are absolutely very, very welcome to enter. Yeah, and good luck to you with one last chance to win a prize. Okay, on to the crochet projects. So I'm going to start with one that was a work in progress last time, has now been finished and gifted, so I don't have it here with me today. I will put some pictures up here. They were actually taken by the recipient because I completely forgot to photograph this before I gifted it to them. Just completely slipped my mind. So they very kindly took a couple and sent them back. This was a gift for friends of ours who are expecting their first baby in just a few weeks' time. It's all very exciting. And we went to their baby shower a couple of weeks ago, and so I took this along and gave it to them, and they didn't open it then, you know, they were concentrating on the party and everything, so they opened it the next day at home and had the loveliest message saying it was genuinely one of the favourite gifts that they'd received. So that made me very, very happy. This is Scout, the bunny cuddler. I think the pattern is called, it might just be called Scout the Bunny, but I think it is described as a cuddler at some point during the pattern or on social media, whatever. And the pattern is by Theodore and Rose, whose patterns I have used several times now. They're an excellent amigurumi designer. I cannot recommend their patterns highly enough. They are always so well written, so easy to understand, well thought through. The resulting projects look wonderful. Cannot fault them at all. The yarn that I used is the Yarn Smith Snuggle Soft DK. It's mostly in the colour Biscuit, and then I think the little headscarf is just in cream, I think. And again, the yarn is amazing. Yarn Smiths is the own brand yarn from Wool Warehouse, and they've got a lot of different types of yarn now. This obviously is obviously, not necessarily, it is 100% acrylic, but designed to be super soft so that it is suitable for baby items, you know, clothes, blankets, toys, and so on. And it's perfect. It is exactly what you'd expect it to be. I've used the merino sock, the 4-ply and the DK, and again it's exactly as you'd expect it to be. I've used a couple of the other yarn types anyway, I can't remember which ones now, and they're all brilliant. So far, so good. So do consider using them. They're very reasonably priced as well compared to similar yarns. So yeah, it's soft and snuggly and I love it. I love working with it. Really, really nice to work with. And it has suited this pattern brilliantly. So there's not a huge amount more to say really about this one, except that it's done, it's finished, and I love it. Okay, there is another project that I also don't have with me at the moment because it's on our bed. I meant to grab it and bring it in here before I started recording. I forgot, and because it's so late and my husband is asleep, I don't want to go and get it because I don't want to wake him up. What I will do actually, what I'll do, I won't talk about it now. When I come to edit this tomorrow, in theory, I'll put a little extra clip in here, well, just after this, so I can show you that project. So we'll cut to that now and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, first of all, apologies for any background noise. The builders are here. They are busy knocking down walls, so it might get loud, but I will hopefully be quick with this and then it won't be too much of a problem. Had I started this last time I spoke to you? I think so. This is the blanket that I have been testing for Emma, of Stitched Up by Emma. Look how fun. Ned chose the colours for me, mostly anyway. I tweaked them a little bit, and actually the testing group helped choose the joining colour and the border. But yeah, Ned chose the fiery rainbow we've got going on, which is very cool. What to say about it? It's a brand new pattern, obviously, because I'm testing it. It's called the Paws mile a minute, PAWS mile a minute blanket. Let me see if I can find a good. My paws haven't come out particularly well, poor prints. I think that's a me problem rather than a pattern problem, because everybody else's look amazing. You can see the paw print design. As with the other mile a minute blanket patterns that Emma creates, so sorry, you work in strips and then you join the strips together and then you add the border. And it's been lovely as ever. The testing experience has been fab. Group of testers are all lovely. Emma is lovely. The pattern, I think there was one minor mistake. Possibly it was a typo or something that somebody found. Otherwise it's been absolutely perfect. You know, she's a very experienced pattern designer now. And a lot of the people who test for her, myself included, have tested before, so we all know what we're doing. This has got a lovely crab stitch border. I know it's not everybody's favourite stitch. I really like it, actually. I find it really satisfying. And when you get it right, it looks so pretty. So the yarns I have used, this will all be in the project page. It'll all be linked there. It's basically a combination of bits, leftover bits from my stash. I've dipped into a couple of full skeins. But for the most part I've been using things up, because each strip, for me, based on the hook size recommended in the pattern, the exact number of repeats and so on, each strip worked out between 20 and 30 grams, around 25 for most of them. So it's a fantastic way to use up scraps, but doesn't look scrappy, which I love. Because I love using up all my scraps, and there is a lot to be said for a scrappy blanket pattern, or scrappy socks, or whatever you want to do. But sometimes I want to use things up without making a project that looks scrappy, if you know what I mean. And these mile a minute blankets are perfect. If you've got scraps that work together in terms of colour, you're sorted. So very quickly, the yellow is Starcraft Special DK in Sunshine, orange is the same in Jaffa, and the black is the same in black, and the edging is the same in Parchment. And we've got the two reds are Paintbox Simply DK in Rose Red and Red Wine, and then there's Hobby Amigo in Dark Purple. So it's a real mishmash of just whatever I had available. The only one that was a bit tricky actually was the Amigo, the purple, because it's a DK still, but it's a thinner DK. But once you edge it and join it, you can't really tell. And this isn't blocked yet either. I'm probably not going to block it. I've donated it to our cat. She hasn't used it yet. That's not true. She sat on it once and I've not seen her touch it since. Yeah, it's lovely. And I've had fun. And now I'm just waiting for Emma to design something else so I can test for her again. Right, back to the podcast. Okay, next project is a current work in progress. I had started this last time I spoke to you, and I'm making progress. It has gone slower than I wanted it to, mostly because I've been struggling a bit with the yarn. But I have completed one panel. This is the Dinosaur baby blanket that I'm making for my nephew, who, oh gosh, is a whole month old now. So I need to get a move on and get this finished. But I have one completed panel. I don't know how well you can see the design. Hang on. Oh, there you can sort of see, like, there's a T-Rex. It's filet crochet. And then there's a Diplodocus brontosaurus in the middle. And a Stegosaurus, which I don't know how well you can see the steg. You can sort of see him at the other end. Where was I going with that? Yeah, it's filet crochet design. The pattern is by Stringy Ding Ding, I think. No, it's not. That was the little dinosaur I made. The blanket pattern is from Owl Be Hooked. It's the Trip dinosaur blanket. It is designed all in one piece, but I, for reasons I now can't remember, decided to make it in 3 panels. Oh, no, that's not it. I don't know why. So I've got this completed one. This is in Stylecraft Special DK in Midnight. And then none of the rest of the information in there is correct anymore, apart from the hook size, which is a 4.5mm to keep things nice and loose and drapey. I can't remember the colour name for this yarn, but this panel, which is almost completed, is in Kind Feather yarn from Hobby. Again, I don't know if the pattern will show up any better or worse in this one. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know whether you can see that or not. It's really cute though. It is lovely, and when it's done I'll take some proper pictures. I didn't have a full skein of this, and so I ran out. This is after having made most of a panel in another yarn, running out at about the same point actually, and not being able to get hold of any more because it is a discontinued yarn, the other one. And then deciding that the third colour I had originally picked out I didn't like anymore. So I've ended up ordering another skein of this from Hobby and another skein of the same yarn, Kind Feather, in another colour that goes with. And so hopefully now I can actually finish this. We'll be showing you that yarn actually. I've got the that's in the incoming that I've got to show you in the next video, so I'll be able to tell you the colour names then. Not that you have to watch it, but if you're interested, that's where the information will be, as well as in the project page for this as well, of course. But yeah, it's been a little bit frustrating. I've also changed the border colour. That was going to be grey and it's now white. It's all just been a bit but yes, the yarn is here now. I'm confident I have enough. All I need to do is finish this panel, make one more, edge them, join them, stick a border on. That sounds like a lot actually. It's not that much. It works out fairly quickly. So yeah, hopefully I can get that done soon. Again, this is a lovely pattern. It's one I have used before. I think I mentioned that last time. I think I also mentioned that my one niggle is that there is no chart with the pattern. I like doing filet crochet from a chart. It just makes sense in my brain. And so I actually made my own from looking at the pictures that go with the pattern. And it's worked, but obviously I can't share it with you because it's a paid pattern, and so it's not mine to share. But yeah, there's just something to bear in mind if you are going to get this pattern and have a go at making a blanket, is that you're going to either need to use written instructions or make your own chart. That's murmurs from Ned in the background. He's asleep, but he talks in his sleep and it's adorable. Okay, another new work in progress. That wasn't new. A new work in progress. This is something I'm having a lot of fun with. I've finally started my Legwarmers. I've been talking about for a little while. And I won't show you both, I'll just show you one of them. They're not finished, but they're nearly done actually. I might get them finished this weekend. I'm just going to pop this one on my arm to show you. Oh, they're going to be so cozy. So imagine this is on my leg. How awesome is that? Can you see the cabling? Yeah. So I'm really proud of how it's turning out. The colours are mad and they don't really go together, but I'm okay with that. These are just to wear around the house, so it really doesn't matter if they don't match. This is to use up the last of the Advent yarn from my Vicky Brown Designs Advent from 2023, the other half of which is in the shawl that I showed you right at the beginning. Yeah, I'm just literally just using it all up. No leftovers, no nothing. Using up every last scrap of all the remaining colours. Just striping it, doing it in sequence of the days of the Advent. I think I started with, there was a tiny bit left from the day 14, 15 maybe, and then 16, possibly 17, and so on, all the way up, and I'm very nearly done. I am working them, see the one bundled up for you, working them concurrently, is that how you say it? So hello Puss, told you she'd be here at some point. So I'm doing a couple of rows on one and then on the other, just to make sure that I do have the same amount of yarn roughly, give or take a few stitches. Hello for each one. She'll probably try and come up in a minute. And they're just a lot of fun. The pattern is a free pattern, I believe. It's the cabled Legwarmers pattern from All About Amy, who again is another designer whose patterns I have used before. She is best known for amigurumi patterns. Am I about to have a cat attached to this yarn? I think I am. but she makes all kinds of other things too. And again, all of her patterns are lovely. This has got tangles. Neris, you've got your claws stuck in my leggings. Come on then. Come up properly. Oh, I forgot to mention actually, this black bit right at the beginning, that's the cuff that will be at the bottom around my foot. This is some of that merino, Yarn Smith's merino that I mentioned a minute ago. Yeah, fab pattern, fab yarn. Really enjoying these. They're working up really quickly. I'm nearly done. Hopefully I'll get them done this weekend and I can show you completed Legwarmers next time I talk to you. I've taken a project out of hibernation and it's nearly finished. Because the weather's been so cold, I've been wanting to wear fingerless gloves again. And so I have rescued from hibernation the fingerless gloves that I started making back in March on my way down to East Anglia Yarn Festival, using yarn that I purchased at Yarndale the year before. So these are very much my Yarn Festival fingerless gloves, and I have to call them that actually. They're called the Frightful Fingerless Gloves at the moment. I might have to change the name. There we go. Oh, I've done the wrong hand again. Should do the other one really, it'd be better. So happy with these. Hello. Little meow noises. So happy with them. This is using the Fright Night yarn from Blue Fern Yarns. It's one of her Halloween colourways. And it's completely my own design. I've specifically tried to design these so that they don't actually cover my hand all that much, because I want to be able to wear these while I'm doing things, particularly crocheting, but also working at my laptop. Here she is. She's gonna be a pest. She's gonna be a pest. Come on. Shoulder cat. And if I have things, I've got quite a few pairs of fingerless gloves, but they go sort of up to here, and I find if my palm is covered, crocheting in particular is really difficult for me. Just it feels wrong. So this is my own design. I am intending to write it up as a free pattern at some point and pop it on my blog for you. I don't know when I'll get that done. There's a lot going on at the moment. I've got another pattern I want to write up and release as well, so, and I'm behind schedule with that and with a whole bunch of other things, so who knows when it will get done. But I have one almost finished glove. The other one is finished essentially. I might add a few more rows to it, but that's optional, not necessary. I have the yarn to do it, let's put it that way, but there's no need. No, there's no need. But yeah, again, I will let you know if and when I do write up the pattern. I really am intending to. I just don't know when I'll get around to it. She's rubbing her face on my computer screen. So if that wobbled the camera, which is balanced on top, I do apologise. Silly girl, hey? You've made me lose my train of thought again. I think I was done talking about those really. It's another project I'm really, really in love with. It's another one that I should have finished very, very soon, despite the fact that I've not had much crochet time recently. Hello. You can't really see it, can you? Well, you can see the top of her head. Good. Otherwise I look completely insane. Yeah, so they're making me happy. I'm going to very quickly show you my moss stitch squares blanket again. Am I going to sneeze? I think I'm okay. We'll see. No, I am going to sneeze. Hold on. Okay, I'm showing you this again today because I'm actually about to put this into hibernation so I can take something else out, which I'll show you in a moment. I don't think this has changed much since I last showed it to you. It might have grown, possibly. I can't remember what stage it was at last time. It is currently 12 squares all joined together, rows of 4, columns of 3 at the moment. No, she's going. Those dimensions may change depending on how many more squares I make. I have got one more square that I'm halfway through making at the moment downstairs, so I want to finish that one just so I can put everything away together, but I'm not going to bother joining it. I'm just going to finish it and pop it in the bag, and then yeah, it will go away for the foreseeable because I'm about to get out this blanket. And that was probably a really awfully clunky transition. I was trying to make it smooth, probably didn't work. This is my Magical Worlds blanket, i.e. the blanket that I am making with all the yarn that I am spinning from the fibre from the Magical Worlds Fibre Club by Folk Yarn Studio. I am currently stopped working on this a while ago because the weather started getting warmer. We've got January's yarn, that was called The Clouds. Was February the Tower? Possibly, I can't remember now. And then March the Forest. I might be making that up and I can't be bothered to get the book out to check it. I haven't quite finished March. I've got this yarn left. It's blowing out a bit, it's darker in real life. I think that's the best spin so far out of the 3. And I've got April, May, June and July fully finished and caked. Well, no, they're not all caked up, but all, you know, ready and waiting to be caked up and used. And I've got August hanging up there, having just finished drying, which I'll show you in the next video. So I've got a lot of yarn, a lot of crochet to do, but now that the weather is turning cold, this is going to be a perfect pick up and put down, need to be warm and cozy, don't want to think too hard project for the evenings. Hang on, my eye's going weird. Yeah, for the evenings, for mornings maybe. We'll see, I don't tend to do much in the morning. For those 20-minute slots while we're waiting for tea to be ready, that kind of thing. So I'm not going to promise myself that I'll get it finished this winter. I would like to, that was the original aim, but I might do. We'll see, and I will certainly keep you updated. I'm really happy to have it out again and to be working on it. Yeah, it's feels good making something with my own handspun yarn for one, and it's a real adventure in texture and working with different fibres, because every month the fibre from the club is a different blend or a different type of wool, and it's just lovely. And Laura's done so well with the colours. She is a fantastic dyer anyway. She's been a yarn dyer for quite a while now, so I would expect no less. But my words are going completely, I don't know where I'm really going with this. It's lovely, I love it already. I'm still not sure whether it's going to be one big blanket, which I think is what I'm erring towards, or 2 smaller ones when I have finished the March yarn. I will see how big it is and decide. It might be better as 2 smaller ones, but I do quite like the idea of a properly massive blanket. We'll see. I do need to find something as well, or spin something, to edge it with when I'm finished, because I do like a border, even if it's just a really simple one. You know, a couple of rows of single crochet or something all the way around the edge. We'll see. It's using the lemon peel stitch, by the way. I don't know what's the best way to show you. Just to show you the texture of the lemon peel stitch. I think it's lovely. It's really, really simple, but it's just interesting enough that the combination of that stitch with the fact that it's different yarn all the time is keeping me interested. So, and again, I can pick it up and put it down as and when I want to, which helps with that too. Okay, that is all of the current works in progress that I've got. So, quick run through my crochet plans. They haven't changed a huge amount. The woodland baby blanket that I'm designing, technically as a work in progress now. I did start it. I do in fact have 2 rows of crochet. However, I had a bit of a design wobble, I suppose. I didn't want to do another filet blanket because I've been doing the dinosaur one, and so I've been trying different techniques to keep it all one colour but still have the design stand out, and I haven't found one that I like. So I am going to do it as a filet blanket, but that means I need to tweak the design just a little bit, or rather tweak the chart for the design so I can work from it easily. So technically I've started it, but I'm not counting it as a whip until I've done that. But again, I need to get on because that baby is due soon, and yeah, I want to be able to, ideally I want to be able to gift the blanket before the baby arrives, but shortly after will do. I just don't want it to be too long after. The blanket for Kelvin, my husband, I have finished the design, and I have decided I am going to use tapestry crochet. I know I said last time I was thinking I wouldn't. It's not my favourite look when it comes to colour work, but I'm not confident enough with Tunisian crochet, and I don't have a set of Tunisian crochet hooks that are big enough because the panels are going to be about 50 stitches wide, so they're going to end up being sort of that size minimum width, which, yeah, I haven't got a hook on yet. I'd love to do it as mosaic, but I don't have the design skills for mosaic crochet at the moment. I was thinking filet crochet, but I don't think it would look right. So yeah, I'm going to do tapestry crochet. I won't be completely happy with it, but it will do. I've got all the charts done. I literally just need to pick the colours for the first panel and get going with it. And once I start, it shouldn't actually take that long to work up. 50 stitches isn't a huge amount. I'm tempted to use half double crochet stitches instead of single, which will make it look a little different from your standard tapestry crochet. It should still work, I think, and it's just a stitch I prefer. I don't like single crochet stitches. They have their place, they are very useful, in moderation they are fine, but doing a whole project in single crochet stitches is not my idea of a good time. I don't know if you remember the big blanket I made for my brother last year, which was a tapestry crochet project. It took forever, And okay, part of that is because it was a big blanket, it was all one piece, there were lots of colour changes, but it's also because single crochet stitches, they feel slower to me than anything else. So let me know if you have done any tapestry crochet with half double crochet stitches. That's US terminology, by the way, so it'll be half triple for the UK term people. And if you did it work? Did it look okay? I might do a quick little sample to try it, but let me know if you have experience. It'd be good to hear from you. What else is on my plans? Christmas jumper still. It's not going to get finished this year, is it? We're already nearly at the end of September. And I want it to be a really special one. I think I will still start it. And maybe I'll make it just a winter jumper instead of a Christmas one. And then I might be able to finish it in time to wear it end of winter, beginning of spring, possibly. We'll see. I want to make it, I think, is my plan, using my Blue Fern Yarns Advent from last year. So it'll be stripy. So I need to find a pattern for a start that'll work. Yeah, I just need to pick something and start it, basically, because once it's started I will work on it in between other things. It's just getting it set up into a bag, caking up all the yarn, which I enjoy doing, but it takes a while. And then finally, this will get done soon, because it's a small thing and it's a seasonal thing. I bought this glow-in-the-dark yarn from Yarnsmiths a while ago. I think I did show it in a unboxing, unbagging, whatever, when I did. And I want to make some ghosts to have around the house in the run up to Halloween. I don't know yet whether I'll make amigurumi ghosts or bunting, or possibly do a wall hanging with like a black background and then a ghost design on it. I'm leaning towards amigurumi at the moment, but I am very, very picky about my style of ghost. So it depends what I can find. Yeah. If you've got any recommendations, especially for free patterns, let me know. Pop them in the comments for me. I'm just going to leave this out because that is going to be worked on very, very soon. That's all my plans, I think. Yeah, that's it. So that's this video done. As I said at the beginning, there will be the next video, episode 53, the day after this one, which will be spinning, shop things, incoming, life update. I think that's it. And then it'll be about 3 weeks again until the next one, which should put us at the 17th of October. But again, if you are subscribed, you don't need to remember that, because you'll get notified when it's up and ready for you. No, I think that's it. So I'm just going to say thank you very, very much for being here. If you have made it all the way to the end, please put a ghost emoji in the comments for me, because I like it when people do that. And yeah, do put anything else you like in the comments as well, as long as it's kind. Don't be mean to me. That would be not nice. I would not enjoy that. But kind comments are greatly appreciated. Sorry, had a minor camera blip. I was just saying I appreciate you being here very, very much. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and you'll come back again soon. Right. Thank you very, very much for watching, and take care.